Great. Well, welcome. Missy, if you're able, we would love to see you on video. You know, it's always great for the presenters to have our energy with them while they're presenting. And I'm excited to have Natalie Lavelock here with us. She's been a member of Lead Up for Women for quite some time. And she's not only a speaker and a coach, but she's also an online business strategist. And there's so much more that she does and is going to bring to today's event as we dive in a little bit deeper and talk about the leaps of faith. And everyone knows I love the word leap because my event was called the Leap Event, and turning your expertise into income and building a business and life you love. That is dear to my heart. So the subject that Natalie's talking about today, I'm so behind, and that is what we should all be striving for, which is building a business that we love. And it also supports our lifestyle that we love, and not create ourselves and work ourselves into a job where our businesses are running us versus us, you know, running our businesses. So I'm happy you're all here, and I'm going to go ahead and put myself on mute and go ahead and allow Natalie to get started. And then I'll just keep bringing in new people as they arrive.
Fantastic. Well, welcome, ladies. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be here with you today. Heather, you look absolutely beautiful today. You're just like so radiant. And Missy, it's so great to see you on camera. I love that you're all about the hope, the health, and the happiness. I love your background. So that's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I'm curious, I'm going to talk to you ladies right here. But for those of you catching the replay, you can always play along. You can always share in the replay, and I'll be going back and I'll be looking at that to see your answers and how you have responded, you know, to the training today. I will tell you right now up front, if you don't already have a pen and paper with you, you may want that. We've got a lot of content that I'm going to share with you today, and you're going to want to take notes. So let me just ask you so that I can get a little bit more familiar with you. Do you want to help more people in your business? Is that something that you're interested in doing? Yeah, yes. Raise your hand. Yes, yes, awesome. Okay. Do you want to make more money? Or have you got all the money, cash flows, no problem?
Always,
you
yes.
want more money in business? Fantastic. And would you like to build a highly profitable business that also allows you to live a life you love? If that's something that you're interested in, let me see those heads nod, hands
always,
in the air,
yes.
all that. Yes, fantastic. So if I can show you in our time together, if I can show you how you can make more money in one weekend than most people make in an entire year, and if I can show you how you can do that while also building a business that allows you to live a life you love, is that something you'd be interested in? Let me see. I can see your beautiful faces. Yes. Very good. Very good. All right. So this is taking a long time to load. We may have to do it. I can give it just a second here.
It's slowing down your Zoom too.
If it doesn't load, you might have to take twice as many notes.
That's okay. We're patient.
So here's what we're gonna do. You're patient, but I'm not sure that my computer is going to.
Do you want to send it to me and I can pop it up and share it?
Yep, that's exactly what I want to do. Let me close out of this. And I'm just going to send you a link to the slideshow, and then you can share it.
Okay.
This is not a problem whatsoever.
Are you sending it in chat or by email?
I'm going to send it by email, and then we can send it out to the group, because this really threw my computer for a loop. So anyway,
you want me to send it to the group?
We'll post it. I'll post it in the chat. You can post it in the chat, whatever works. Is that good with you, Colleen?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what I want, before I get into the content today, before I really start sharing all the nuggets and the wisdom and the tips that I've learned about building a business, is it okay with you? May I share a little bit about why I do what I do? Yeah, awesome. Okay. So the reason that I started my business, the reason I work with coaches and speakers on developing their programs is because, quite frankly, I believe that your life matters. I believe that your business, the programs, the products, the services that you offer, they're a lifeline to someone in need. And I believe that more importantly than just being there for that person, it's also about stepping up, stepping into your calling, serving in faith. It's about being that lifeline. It's about being that light in a world of darkness to those people who need you the most. And so I want to just take a minute and say thank you again for being here. I want to say thank you to Colleen for inviting me to share with you this morning. She has such an incredible tribe. She has such an incredible program, a product for us all to be a part of, a network to be a part of. And I know that that takes a lot of time and energy and effort to pull something like this together. So I just want to say thank you again to you, Colleen, as well. So a little bit about me, just so you know kind of where I'm coming from and why I'm sharing what I'm sharing. As Colleen mentioned, I am a speaker, a trainer, I'm a coach. I am a program development specialist and an online business strategist. But before I moved into the online space, I'm actually a registered nurse. I'm a registered nurse by trade. I have a master's degree in nursing education. And for over 15 years, it was my job in corporate healthcare to train the doctors and nurses at the bedside at a high level so that when seconds count and lives are on the line, they knew how to spring into action. They knew exactly what needed to happen in order to save lives. So when I talk about your business being a lifeline to others, I don't say that lightly. I don't say it as a cliche. I say it because I'm in the business of saving lives. And so the programs and products that I develop with my clients are designed to transform their lives. They're designed to save lives, to build people up, to take them into that next level. I've been in this space for about 6.5 years now, and I've been so blessed to work with coaches and speakers to help them build out their multiple 5 and multiple 6-figure product launches. So we're building very highly successful businesses with the programs and products that we create. I'm also a wife to a serial entrepreneur. My husband is a farmer. He's also owns a commercial metal roofing company. So like we're very grounded people, right? I have 3 boys who are growing up so much faster than I care to even imagine. I am a faith-based business owner. And when my husband goes out of town to work on a roof, it seems like it never fails. That's the time when the cows decide to get out. And I'll be sitting here hosting a live stream and I'll look out in my front yard and there are cows all over the place. So you may see me doing a live stream one moment and then the next moment, like I'm drenched with rainwater and I got my mud boots on and I'm like running around chasing cows all over the yard. So I am the emergency farmhand when he goes out of town and things go awry. So it's never a dull moment around our house. But what I can tell you about this is that even with sometimes the chaos and the busyness, this business has allowed me to build a life that I love. And when I think back to when I used to work at the hospital, when I was the clinical educator for the organization, I can't always say that it was a life that I love. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been, working a job that was kind of sucking the life out of you? Yeah. So after working for this organization for over 15 years, I had the opportunity for a promotion. And they asked me to move into a management position. But after working at this organization for over 15 years, I knew that when they talked about moving into management, what they meant was not only was I going to work a 40-hour work week, but I was going to be on call nights, weekends, holidays, and it was going to be my responsibility to come in. I would be the first person that they called every time something went wrong. And in a small rural hospital, you don't have a large pool to pull from. And I had watched manager after manager after manager just be ground into the ground until they had nothing left to give. And I knew that that was not what God's purpose for me was. That was not his purpose for my life. That was not his purpose for my children. And so because I knew that my children were a gift from him, I knew that it was my responsibility to take care of them first, which meant I had to make a change. I had to break free from all of those things that we're told are right and good, like a steady paycheck, like health insurance, like retirement. All of those things are those golden chains that tend to keep us trapped. And I knew that those were going to be the things that were the destruction of my body, my family, and my future. And I didn't want that for myself, and I don't want that for you. I don't want that for any of my clients. You know, I know there are moments in life that if we miss them, we can never get them back. And those are the moments that I want you to have access to. Those are the moments that I don't want to pass by for you. So I would love it in the chat. Tell me, what are some of those things that you want to do in life? What are those things that are once in a lifetime opportunities that you don't want to miss out on? Because when we keep those things in focus, then we can make better decisions, right? So is it walking your daughter down the aisle of her dream wedding? Is it taking a vacation and not having to worry about money or running out of money halfway through the vacation? Colleen says yes, taking her family on vacation. What else? What are some of those things that you want out of life? Is it being debt-free? Is it waking up each and every day knowing that you are living on purpose, that you are living out your divine calling? To travel, to have the energy and health to play with your grandkids. Oh, I love that, Missy. Sometimes I look at my parents and the way they act with my kids, and I'm like, you didn't have that much energy for me. Like, does your energy go up as you get older, or what's the deal? But
yes.
Yeah.
It does.
Yes.
When you're around your grandkids, you feel like young again, I guess is the right way to explain it. But I have watched like other grandparents in their life, you know, because my kids are married. And so there's grandparents on the other side. And not all of them are like my husband and I, with how much
Yes.
energy we have and how much we play with them and how much we participate in sports and stuff with them. You know, it's not everybody.
But you have more energy when you don't have the burdens on your back weighing you down. That's part of it.
Yes.
It's a great
Awesome.
analogy, Heather.
It is. Yeah, that's great. So I know for me being in that moment, that was like this divine wake-up call. Have you ever had the divine wake-up call moment where it just like smacks you in the face that this is a pivotal moment in your life and you know something has to change? That's what that moment was for me. But in order to make that change, I knew that I was going to be walking away from all of those securities. And you know those little voices that inside your head? Maybe it's like you're not good enough, you're not whatever enough. For me, they were very, very insidious, and they were very deep in those voices saying, who do you think you are? You're just a little farm girl from the middle of nowhere Do you really think you have anything to offer? Do you really think you have what it takes? I mean, you have safety and security right in front of you. What kind of mother is going to walk away from that to chase this dream, this pipe dream? Your kids are going to go hungry. You're going to lose your home. And you know that little farm that your husband loves so much? It's going to go right along with it. You're going to lose everything you've ever gotten, and it's going to be all your fault. Do you really think your marriage is strong enough to handle that? You ever had voices like that inside your head as you're trying to build your business or do something courageous, take a leap of faith yourself? I knew at that point, I knew I had two choices. I could either keep playing it safe and stay stuck in mediocrity, or I could choose to step out in faith and face every single one of those fears and doubts and just kind of leap into the unknown and say, you know what, God, catch me. Because one thing I know is that when he's calling me to do something, if I will leap, if I will jump into what it is he's calling me to do, that's the safest thing I can do. That is the absolute safest place to be, even if it feels like I'm free falling. Falling into the arms of my creator is the safest place that I can be. And I've learned over my years of building this business that God doesn't call the equipped, he equips the called. I'm sure that's something that you've heard before. You've heard that saying before. You haven't heard that before, Heather. All right, so let me say it one more time. God doesn't call the equipped, he equips the called. So anything he's called you to do, he's going to equip you to do it. And so if you're in this moment, if you're in this space of feeling like you're being called to do something, then it's your time to step up, and it's your time to step out in faith, because we talk about faith being the manifestation of things unseen. We talk about it, faith, as almost like it's abstract, but really, if you're being called to do it, it doesn't require faith because you've already been called. It's already been established. And so all you really have to do is just step into it. And yet I know, as a business owner and a wife and a mom, trying to juggle all those balls, trying to juggle all those pieces, it can feel like you're putting together a 1,000-piece puzzle. And it's all of the pieces, they're all brown. They're all the same color brown. And it's like the harder you try, the more frustrated you get trying to get all those pieces together and make it all work. And the real shame of it is that when you have the right team around you, all those pieces can just come together seamlessly into the masterpiece that it was designed to be. Your life, your business, they are your masterpiece. Do you see that? Do you see that for yourself? That everything that you're trying to create, all these fragments, they're actually each a piece of a perfect masterpiece that's called your life. So let's talk about real quickly, not real quickly, this is actually where it gets even better. We're going to talk about the essential things, the 3 essential things that you need in order to build a highly profitable business that allows you to live a life you love, so that we can have more of those moments. We can spend more time with our grandkids. We can take more of those trips and not have to worry about running out of money halfway through the trip. All right. So the first thing that we need in order to build a highly profitable business is we have to be visible. Does that come as a surprise to anybody? That in order to have a business, you have to be seen. You have to get in front of people who know and want what it is you have to, or what it is you have to offer. Okay. Number two, we have to generate leads. Lead generation of your business. It's not enough just to, is anybody, or are you a speaker? Heather, do you speak? Missy, do you speak as part of your marketing plan? No? Okay. So whether you're speaking, whether you're doing Facebook Lives, whether you're doing online marketing, part of what we have to do is we have to inspire people. We have to inspire and motivate them to take action. But it's not enough just to paint a pretty picture. It's not enough just to, leave them feeling good. We have to give them something tangible that will help them begin to get a result for themselves in their life. Okay, we want to give them something that will help them take a step closer to you and to make a change that they want. And the way we do that is we do that through creating a high converting lead magnet. So what is a high converting lead magnet? On average, lead magnets convert at about 15 to 30%. Bless you, Colleen. 15 to 30%. So when you're in a room of 100 people, 15 to 30 of those should opt in or say yes to your lead magnet, that piece of information, that guide, that download, whatever that is that you're offering them, that will give them a tiny little taste of who you are and what you do. 15 to 30% is average. Some of my best performing lead magnets have closed at about 40 to 60% of the room. Now, I don't tell you that because I'm like bragging that, oh my goodness, I have amazing lead magnets. I'm telling you that because one of the things you have to do as a business owner is you have to know your numbers. You need to track your numbers. You need to know how different things are working for you in your business so that you know what to tweak. If you have a lead magnet that's converting at 60%, leave that baby alone. Keep using it. So many people get bored with, oh, I've offered this 10 times. If it works, it works. Keep offering it, right? Likewise, if you have something that you only get 5 or 10% of the room opting in, then we need to look at where did it go wrong? Was it the wrong audience? Do we need to beef up that lead magnet? Whatever that is, we need to know our numbers in order to know what we need to fix and where we need to go in our business. So lead magnets serve a couple of purposes. Number one, it solves that urgent need for your client, right? That's how you get a high converting lead magnet. It's got to solve an urgent problem for your client. And then number two, and I'm going to give you actually a lot more on this here in a few minutes, but number two, you have to, or you don't have to, lead magnets serve the purpose of collecting information from people so that you can follow up with them on an ongoing basis. Who here knows the number one contact method for follow-up right now in terms of efficacy and conversion rate?
I guess would be email. I don't know.
Ah, okay. So when you send out an email to your audience, somewhere between 10 to 20% of people on your email list will actually open that email. On the flip side, and this was not something I was planning on talking about, but I feel like it's important, so I'm going to share it with you anyways. And you can reach out to me if you have more questions about it. But on the flip side, when you use text message marketing, over 90% of people that text message gets in front of will open and see that text message. Doesn't mean we don't use email. It's still part of an effective marketing campaign. But if you really want to get in front of your ideal clients, we need to also be using text message marketing as part of our campaigns. Okay? So anytime you hear a speaker speak, anytime you go to an event, the people on the stage are going to have some sort of a lead generation tool that could help you with an aspect of your business. Every time you go to a website and it says, enter your information to get 10% off or 15% off or get this download or whatever that is, all of those things are lead generation tools. Okay. So creating a high converting lead magnet, there's 3 things you're going to want to know. Number 1, you have to, what is it that they want more than anything in the world right now? This is something that I play a little game with my clients, and I tell them, pretend like you're talking to a toddler. Make your client a toddler, and what's the toddler version of what they want look like? What are they sitting there going, oh, I'm dad, I'm the cookie mommy, right? What is the toddler version? The reason I say take it down to the level of a toddler is because so many times we like to use coach speak, or we like to make ourselves sound smart by using intellectual language and all of that. But when we're marketing to a client, when we're trying to get them to see the value that we have to offer, we need to make it short, sweet, simple. So if you can bring it down to the level that even a toddler could understand, and it sounds amazing and enticing and wonderful to a toddler, that's going to increase your conversion rate. All right. So number 1 is know what they want more than anything else in the world and give it to them. Number 2 is make sure that you have a lead magnet in front of the right audience. I can't tell you the number of times that, I would go and I would speak somewhere, or I would do something and I was not in the right room. The people that I was in front of couldn't care less what I had to offer. So I had to learn how to get in front of the right audience. The reason I bring that up is, again, if you have low numbers, don't immediately scrap your lead magnet, but let's take a look at, was it in front of the right audience? And let's make sure we get it in front of the right audience and test it before we decide it's low converting and we don't want to use it anymore. And then number 3 is use my 10-point checklist for creating a high converting lead magnet every single time. So there are 10 things that you need to have in your lead magnet that would increase the conversion rate every single time. All right, I'm going to share that with you in just a little bit, how you can get that. But for the sake of time, I want to go on to essential number 3. You guys cool with that? Can we move on to number 3, and then I'll tell you how you can get the checklist here shortly? Okay. So number 3, essential number 3 is you must have a signature offer. All right. You may have heard people talking about premium offers, high ticket offers, and anybody can create a premium or a high ticket offer. You just jack up the price. But a signature offer is a little bit different. All right. So let me ask you, I'm trying to think how to do this the best. I guess just show me your hands if you have written a book or if you've been told you need to write a book. Colleen, Heather, yes. Okay. So especially if you are speaking to grow your business, a lot of people say you've got to have a book. You've got to have a book. A book is a great authority tool. It builds your authority tool. But we're going to talk about why it's not the best thing to sell from stage. All right. So let me ask you this, Heather, or Missy, you said you didn't do a book. Who has been told to build an online course? Do you have an online course, or have you been advised to do an online course? Yes. Yes. Okay. So if you already have a 6 or 7 figure business, creating an online course is a great way to build passive income. Okay, so you can begin to expand your audience and not have to add additional work to yourself. But let me kind of put it to you this way. Do you remember Mr. Owl? How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? 1, 2, 10. 10 licks to get, okay. Anyways, so Mr. Owl, the average book costs about $15 to $25. How long is it going to take you to get to 6 figures, $15 to $25 at a time?
Like 2,000 of them.
A long time, right? Likewise, the average online course sells for about $495 to $1997. Okay. How many courses do you have to sell to get to 6 figures? Still a lot, right? So we want to get to the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop just as quickly as possible, because that lays a healthy foundation for building a business upon. If you don't have established cash flow, it's harder to grow a business. So if instead of dollars at a time, instead we create a signature program. All right, a signature program that you could sell for $2,500, $5,000, $15,000, $20,000 and get massive transformation for your clients. Really start to change lives, to show your impact, and to build that business that gives you the cash flow to live a life you love. How awesome does that sound?
Awesome.
Yes, yes. So would you like to see how this works in real life? You want to see some real examples of it? I would love to show you real examples. However, we're going to have to refer to the PowerPoint when I send it to you. But we can talk about it, okay? So we'll talk through it. And then when you go back and you look through the PowerPoint, it'll make so much more sense to you. But so let me give you a little bit more context of what that signature offer, that signature program looks like. And then I'll show you kind of how it works. So the signature program is the thing that you become known for. Number one, you become known for it. It demonstrates your expertise. So all of the knowledge, the skills, the gifts, the talents, the abilities that you've been blessed with in this life, you can pull that together and make it a part of your signature program. And that's part of what differentiates you from everyone else in the marketplace. So when I talk about a signature program, I literally mean a program that is unique as your own signature. No one else has your signature. And it's exceptionally difficult for someone to copy your signature. It is unique to you. The signature program demonstrates the heart of your business. It's the heart of what you see as for your clients. And it's also the thing that's going to get them the biggest transformation. Okay. One of the coolest things, and the reason I love the signature program, is because the signature program allows you to build multiple streams of income for your business without having to recreate the wheel, without you having to do 5, 6, 7 different things to make money in your business. You create the signature program and everything expands from there. And I'm going to show you that here in just a second. But before I do, did you know how many streams of income does the average millionaire have? You know?
Is it 5?
5 to
Passive?
7.
Okay.
5 to 7 streams of income is what the average millionaire has. So if you're dealing with 1 stream of income or 2 streams of income for your business, that shows you the opportunity that exists before you. I was talking with someone at one time, and they said, how many streams of bills do you have coming into your home every month? I sat there and, counted them all up. And they said, how would you love to have a stream of income to offset every single one of those streams of bills? Like, hallelujah, sign me up for that, right? So you'll have this when you look at the slides, but I'll just show it to you here real quick so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. This is the foundation. This is the crux of a 7-figure business. Okay. You start with that signature program in the center. And then once you have that process clearly defined and you're able to almost repeat it in your sleep with your clients, then we can expand from there and we can build group programs. We can do courses, we can do seed offers, we can do all kinds of different things from that signature program, which means you're not reinventing the wheel. You're using the same thing that you've already created in slightly different ways to build a new stream of income for your business. So it keeps it super simple and you're not having to work harder and harder and harder all the time or come up with new ideas and then, flush out those new ideas and create new programs and products. We use the same thing in different ways to create multiple streams of income. Is that clear? It will be even more clear when you see the picture. So, all right. So a couple of real life examples of people who have done this. Number 1% in the mortgage lending space. She is the top of the top as a mortgage lender in the United States. And she was making good money, but when we started working together, she saw the opportunities that existed for her. And she's like, how do I tap into this? How do I, when I go and speak, I know I can be making more money than what I'm currently making. And so what we discovered for Jen is that she didn't have the right product for the right audience. She's super good at what she did, but when she was speaking on someone else's stage, when you're doing your own 3-day event, you can offer a much higher ticket offer. You can offer a much larger package than if you're speaking on someone else's stage. So we had to craft the program and the product, the offer that she could use on someone else's stage that would allow her to convert or to bring in through her lead generation more people in the room and give them a taste of what she had to offer, and then she could bring them into her signature program on the back end. All right, so we worked on her system, we worked on her product system, and when she went to her next event and spoke on stage, she made over $49,000 in profit. One weekend, $49,000 in profit. Now that's not, $49,000 and then I have to take out paying a sponsorship. I don't have to take out paying, all the bills. That's what she put in her pocket in one weekend for one event. And she could do that time and time and time every year. All right. I'm not seeing smiles. So that tells me either you don't believe it's possible or $49,000 is not enough. You're like, show me more, sister. Who's show me more? Raise your hand if you want more. Bring those numbers up. Awesome. So let's talk about Dr. Kelly Rutley. Dr. Kelly Rutley is a chiropractor. She's she's also a feminine fat loss specialist. All right. And she was prepping for her own 3-day event. She had some clients or some programs that were already in place. Her clients were knocking it out of the park. She had one program, though, towards the higher end of what she was offering, that some people were getting great results, some people weren't. So she called me in to do an analysis of her program, and we looked at what needed to be fixed, what needed to be shored up in order for everyone in that program to get stellar results. Because what she was planning to do at that 3-day event was sell into her highest level program. And what she knew was that if these people right here were struggling, they weren't getting the results that they needed, they weren't going to trust her enough to move up into that higher level program. So we spent about 6 months working on her program and really fixing all the gaps right? So she was very incredibly knowledgeable about what she did, but the thing that she struggled with was the way she was teaching was the way she learned. And we don't all learn the same. We have to have different learning principles and different learning strategies for people who learn different ways. So when we applied those adult learning principles to her program, her clients were super excited. Their achievements, their progression through her program really started to take off. And at her 3-day event, when she made her offer for her higher level program, it was a $200,000 day for Kelly. Multiple 6 figures in one day, just by having a product system, making sure that she had high quality products that she was offering to her clients. So when you get the download or the PowerPoint, you're going to see a map of what Kelly's program structure looked like. You're going to get to see the programs that she had in place and how those programs and products positioned her for a multiple 6-figure event. Okay, so be sure that you go back and look at that. Kelly now has 6 streams of revenue for her business. Okay, that's awesome.
Way to go,
So-
Kelly.
I know. So the reason that I'm here with you today is to help you begin to build your $1 million product system, to help you see what's possible for you, and to show you how my clients have done it time and time and time again. Those were just a couple of examples of some of the work that my clients have done. So let's go back, because all of this, everything I just shared with you, everything you're going to see in the PowerPoint is about building a multiple 5, 6, or even 7-figure business. But it all goes back to creating those high converting leads. All right. So let's go back. And when I said I would share with you how you could get that checklist, that 10-point checklist, is that something that you would be interested in? Great. Yes. Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to share with you how you can do this. We will make links available, but I'm going to share with you how you can do it even faster. You can do it right now. And it's also something I shared with you earlier today. I want you to pull out your smartphone. All right. Pull out your smartphone. What I would like to offer you right now is a copy of my download called $1 Million Lead Magnets Made Simple. This is the ultimate guide to creating lead magnets for your coaching and speaking business. All right. So this is the thing that I'm going to give you today. You're going to get the download. And the way that you're going to get this is you're going to open up your text messaging app. Okay. So however you send text messages, in the phone number section where you would be calling mom or sister or whoever, in the phone number section, you're going to type the number 1-888-376-2013. Okay, 1-888-376-2013. And then in the message part where you would normally send the message,
Wait,
you're going to type
did you just say 2013 or 2103?
2013.
Oh, maybe I was dyslexic. Sorry.
That's okay. I'll help you out.
Okay, got it.
There we go. Then you're going to type the word leads in the message part. And you're just going to send me a text message.
Sorry. My bad.
Done. I love the clap.
No, I have like a, oh, I got it. Yeah,
Awesome.
it came back.
Awesome. All right, so you're texting the word leads to 1-888-376-2013. When you do that, it's immediately going to send you a message back, and it's just going to say, hey, click this link and get your download. You've got the download immediately. You don't have to do anything else. But here's the really cool part. In a few hours or tomorrow, you're going to get another text message from me, and it's going to invite you to a workshop, a free workshop that I'm going to be doing, I believe December 28th, where I'm going to help you craft your $1 million lead magnet. If you have lead magnets that maybe aren't converting as you'd like, if you're looking to create a new lead magnet, whatever that is, that's a perfect place for you to come, because I'm going to be sharing all kinds of secrets for you to create that lead magnet. You're going to get my individual feedback for that lead magnet. And then I'm going to show you how to turn that lead magnet into a multiple 5, 6, or even 7-figure business. Okay, so again, let me stress, this is a workshop. This is not a 1-hour webinar where you just listen to me chat and then, you know, all the things. This is, you're actually going to get help creating your high converting lead magnet. Will I do a replay or send out replays? Yes. However, when you are there live, and only when you are there live, you get the $1 million lead magnets decision-making matrix. So you can figure out exactly which type of, out of the hundreds of types of lead magnets you can create, which one's going to be the best for your business. I have a matrix to help you make that decision. So you get that when you show up live. You're also going to get that 10-point checklist for creating a $1 million lead magnet. Okay. So today you get the ultimate guide. When you register for the free workshop, not only do you get me helping you with your individual checklist, and then I'm going to show you how you can take that lead magnet and turn it into a multiple 5, 6, or even 7-figure business. All right. Well, hopefully this has been very enlightening and helpful for you. I hope that you have seen and heard through my story that taking leaps of faith help to propel you forward. It's not something we have to be afraid of. It's something that we've been called to do, that we can step forward knowing confidently that we are doing exactly what we've been called to do. And so I hope that it's inspired you to make that leap of faith, whatever that looks like for you in your business right now, to make that leap of faith and take that next step forward for you. And if there's any way that I can support you along the way, I'm happy to do that. Feel free to reach out. You can follow me on Facebook at Natalie Lavelock. And I hope to see you in the workshop soon. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That was really great. Even though we couldn't see the PowerPoint, it doesn't really matter. You can put the link in the comment section on Facebook if someone wants to see it. Or I was looking for the link because I was going to bring it up for you, but I never saw it in my email or anything. So,
Yes.
but I think this was great. Anybody, Heather or Missy, do any of you have any questions for Natalie on anything she covered today? Do you guys agree that lead magnets are important for our businesses? Super important for our businesses, right? Yeah. And how many of you have lead magnets available right now? Both of you, or no, just Heather? Talk to me, Missy. What you got going on over there, girl?
Yeah, it's not really much of anything. It's just like, it's basically just a landing page. So I need to get that, but I haven't really had anybody, like they say, you know, you need to do this, you need to, but I haven't had anybody like walk me through it or explain it, like,
Oh.
you know, so.
Yeah. This would be good for you to attend the event that she's got going on then, right? But I can tell you that lead magnets are super important for building your email list, for connections, for building and cultivating relationships, and not just by email, right? But you can reach out to someone personally if you're starting to get people and you just kind of start out and you're starting to get people hit your lead magnets, you're not going to get 25 a day unless you've been at an event and everyone's downloading your lead magnet that day. But you can still reach out to them personally. And that is just something crucial. We use the magazine as a lead magnet, the 10 tips as a lead magnet, and then anyone who wrote an article in the magazine or did the 10 tips in the magazine, I'm like, that's a great lead magnet for you, because you're providing them something that they can read and it has all your connection information on it. A book is another way for a lead magnet because the book can seed them back, through marketing. So thank you, Natalie, for sharing all that. And I was just going to look up the Teaching Tuesday for next week. And I wanted to share with you guys that Dr. Blythe Cleverly is going to be here. You do not want to miss this one. She is so freaking smart. And she's going to be talking about her question for everyone is, are you an extraordinary person? So she's going to have a talk for those people that think and feel deeply. And I think that I know that's why I love her so much because she's so smart. This is the link to sign up for next week. She's so smart, but she has this gift. Not only is, a brain doctor, but she has this gift to really talk from the heart and the soul, which is important because the authenticity that you have when you're working with other people and the passion that you have and being extraordinary is what makes you stand out, right, from other people. And that's what attracts people to you. And when you're that way, people know, like, and trust you, which is a huge piece because you're presenting them with opportunities to spend money, right? And people need to trust you if they're spending money. Why? Because any exchange that we have of money is an emotional exchange. So they need to trust you. And her conversation next week's going to be great. I don't know where it's going to go, but I've had her on my podcast lately, and I've talked with her personally about, dealing with dementia with my mother-in-law, and she's been able to help me there because, she's been a doctor for so many years, but she just brings so much to the table. You guys are going to want to hang out there. So thank you again, Natalie Lavelock, for being with us today. This was incredible. I think lead magnets are one of the most important things that we need to be discussing for women to have the visibility out there for their businesses and not leave people hanging when they go to your website and there's nothing for them to download or click on or sample, with you. Super important. So get that created right away. And Missy, I know Natalie can assist you with that. So you should be connecting with her right away. And Heather, you should even connect with her to see, kind of pass yours by her and see if she has any ideas for you on changes, right? I think that's always great to have someone else see it or mix it up. Sometimes we have the same one over and over again. It gets stale. I'm a big fan of surveys because surveys say a lot about what the person thinks and feels. And sometimes it talks them into a purchase. Kind of weird how they work. But anyway, so thank you all for being with us today. Appreciate it. Thank you all on Facebook for watching this and learning from Natalie today. And next week, we'll be starting at the same time, and you can use the link to sign up. And we'll see you guys next week. So thank you so much. Bye for now.